Oh, hello there, viewer. You startled me a bit, but it seems like you're ready to get right back into it, so let's dive right into this first fallacy. It seems that the computer has already analyzed the best example and what it is. The first fallacy is the false dilemma. This is a perfect one to start off with, as it is short, sweet, and simple to understand. The basic concept of a false dilemma is that the speaker presents the audience with two options that are both extremes and makes the user think that they have to obey one or the other and that there are no other options. Let's dive right into the example. To the computer! Oh, ow. Oh man, that hurt. Oh well. Anyways.
Every nation in every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists. From this day forward, any nation that continues to harbor or support terrorism will be regarded by the United States as a hostile regime.
Alright. Let's look at this a little deeper. This speech by President Bush following the 9/11 attacks is a perfect example of a false dilemma. Giving the viewer and countries this was designated to two options. You are with the United States of America, or you are against the United States. President Bush then furthers his choice by calling anyone who supports the terrorists themselves. Ah, I see what you're getting at, Cosmo. That's a great point. What Cosmo is trying to get at is that by giving the countries and viewers only two options, President Bush rallies support for the United States because he shows the terrorists in a bad light. Bush only gave two extremes, but one extreme labeling you as a bad guy against the United States with the terrorists, and one a good guy with the United States. This is the main persuasion technique that is used. Two extremes, with one seeming way better than the other and offering no option of just staying out of it and minding one's business. Also, the fact that this speech was delivered just 9 days after the September 11th attacks, and the speech tapped into the public's widespread grief, anger, and shock. This emotional appeal helped create a sense of national unity and a strong public mandate for action, misleading the public into these two options by the raw emotion after the event, while everyone's logic needle was still messed up from the sheer impact of the event. Also, under the circumstances, this disallowed any public questioning or outlash, as you would then be labeled a terrorist or a terrorist sympathizer to the ever-growing war on terror. This in turn works to persuade the viewer to take the United States' side on things by misleading them into two options, with one making you look way better than the other. Here, let me explain what's going on in simple terms. Cosmo, you're either with me and you get to stay inside in the safe and secure base, or you're against me and you get to live out with the bears in the forest, who I'm also trying to get rid of. See? I gave Cosmo two extremes that both seem questionable, but only one seems better than the other, and no other options. Obviously he's going to pick one of the two, but I am not going to put him in that situation. So, dear viewer, how can we make this logical fallacy sound? Let us fix it so you can see what a morally right and logical argument would look like in this situation, because it is a touchy topic. Let's start off by making a third option for people and countries: stay absent from the situation. Giving the viewers in other countries an option to stay out of it all gives them a chance to be imaginative and see that there are other options to the situation. Maybe they will even form their own. Second, let us also consider that the terrorists are in this situation are Al-Qaeda, which is the terrorist organization behind the 9/11 attacks, and should be stated as such in this situation, as the term terrorist is a very broad term and could be anyone or any organization that has committed violence or threatened violence for political, religious, or ideological goals. Narrowing the scope can help the viewer make a better educated choice, and encourage them to do research on Al Qaeda, forming their own opinion in the process. Now let's put this all together to reform this argument. Every nation and every region now has a decision to make. You are either with us, with Al Qaeda, which is a well-known terrorist organization, or you may choose to distance yourself from the situation. From this day forward, you associate with Al Qaeda, you will be classified as a terrorist to the United States. This new reformed argument gives the user 3 options, but encourages them to make their own with the open-ended 3rd option. Giving the viewer the name of the organization gives the viewer the power to go do their own research, forming their own opinion as well. So, dear viewer, with all this in mind, I hope you are better able to identify false dilemmas and not fall for their easy traps. Realizing you have the power to make your own decision, as this is very important to help you become an educated voter. So don't fall for what someone says. Form your own opinion. Thank you for watching. I will catch you next time. See you later, dear viewer.